Silence in the court.
Welcome to the second episode of Fictional Face-Offs. I'm your boy Enigma.
And I'm your boy D.A. Kwame. Here to defend my client vigorously.
Court is still in session. Court is still in session.
Very much in session.
We've had the Batman. We've had the controversial Batman versus Iron Man case.
Yeah, man.
And now we've got Spider-Man versus Superman.
Very simple, very short, very straight to the point. This defense will show that there's a reason he was the one to start the Justice League. Who else but the man with godlike powers? He's the first and always will be the original superhero. Who on earth can be a better superhero than the one and only Superman? Let's go.
Despite having one of the best power sets you're ever gonna see, the wall climbing, the super strength, the blah blah blah, he's still one of the most relatable characters in the superhero genre. And jury, I want you to remember what I just said. Relatable. Remember that word, relatable. It's very important in this case.
Okay.
Spider-Man, despite his age, is one of the funniest superheroes out there. He's young, he's courageous, he'll fight anyone despite basically still being a teenager. He can probably not even is allowed to drink in the US. That's how young he is. He's had 3 iterations of the franchise, with Spider-Man 2 considered literally a comic book classic, and No Way Home, let's be real, the last true great comic book movie across the board. Spider-Man is a classic hero.
That's a massive statement.
Spider-Man is a classic hero that is also relatable to the younger generation. That word, relatable, again. He fights crime in his neighborhood and aliens from outer space. A true hero in every level. Spider-Man.
The original first and only superhero from Action Comics, even before there was a DC Comics, was the one and only Superman. Now, Superman's been running on the screen since the 40s. Let's fast forward to the 70s. In fact, let's fast forward to 77, when the man known as Richard Donner was hired to direct the first ever superhero movie that completely invented what we now know as the MCU and every other superhero movie that came after it. It was the original, and it was the first, and it was the best.
The best what?
Are we going to deny?
The best what?
We would make you believe a man can fly. Christopher Reeves, till this day, is still thought of as the real Superman for what he went through in real life.
I can't. I'm never gonna say anything about it.
Okay. So let me continue on. So I'm talking Superman 1, phenomenal movie, phenomenal way to intro superheroes into movies, to really it was the first superhero movie to make people believe, oh, we can actually put this stuff on screen and make it believable and make it relatable, that word that you used, because it made people believe it was realistic, not just comic book. Now, let's talk about his abilities real quick. I don't want to spend too much on just the movies. I could fast forward and talk about Man of Steel, but I'm going to leave that alone for a second. But I want to talk about Superman.
You should leave that alone. You should leave that alone.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't bring that into evidence if I was you.
Okay, Superman possesses godlike powers, like I said in the opening statement, such as super strength, speed, flight, invulnerability, heat vision, X-ray vision, and superhearing. It makes him almost unbeatable. Now, his higher stakes. Now, Superman often faces threats that could destroy entire planets or even universes. Whereas Spider-Man,
I'm gonna have to object.
Okay, please.
I have to object. That power set, the power set, absolutely brilliant. Fucking boring. How about that? Boring. It's a boring skill set. Yeah, it's everyone's powers put into one. That's boring. That's
Hence
not
why he's the ultimate superhero.
Not an ultimate
This is
superhero.
why he is.
Not ultimate. More like overpowered.
What, like the
But
ultimate Spider-Man?
Well,
Can I continue on? Whereas Spider-Man typically deals with street level threats, often within New York, just confined to New York. Just like, you know, when you try to talk about how Batman only deals with Gotham City, when does Spider-Man leave New York? When? Though only having been involved in all of 4 movies on the Christopher Reeve run and the Man of Steel, Henry Cavill run.
2 of those were terrible. 2 of those Superman movies, let's keep it real, were terrible. So you cannot reference. If you want to reference terrible movies, that's up to you.
I wasn't referencing. I was counting
Superman
the amount of movies.
And 4 is terrible.
Okay. Superman 3 is not terrible. It's actually hilarious because Richard Pryor's in it. And it was one of the best, most grueling performances of Christopher Reeve when he played evil Superman versus Clark Kent. Great scene. Everybody loves that. It was one of the things that actually held that movie
together.
Great
scene. Outside of that, no one remembers Superman 3. Yeah. We remember
Superman 3.
Him flying Richard Pryor around.
Yeah.
I think there was a part of Richard Pryor's on skis. That's about all I can remember. That's all I can remember. Okay. And do not, if you want to lose this case, don't bring up Superman 4. That's what I'm gonna say. If you want to lose the case,
it's up to you. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I purposely didn't bring up Superman 4.
That's a smoking gun.
I was actually going to act like it didn't exist.
Okay, good.
So there's Man of Steel and obviously Justice League, and then obviously the Snyder Cut, and obviously Batman vs Superman. So I think all in all, is there about 7, 8 Superman movies that Superman's been involved in? They've been hard pressed to create Superman movies, not including a new one that's coming out, and obviously Superman Returns is there. They've been struggling ever since Christopher Reeve's Superman, really, to really do a good job in the movies. They made a really great choice in making Henry Cavill Superman, and I want to blame the creation of the DCEU trying to rival the MCU, which has destroyed, or at least half destroyed, the legacy of Superman. Superman being the greatest and most popular superhero ever created. The DCEU have, I feel like they've been trying to jeopardize its growth by bringing 2 key people from the MCU over, and I'm talking about
James Gunn,
and who's the other one?
Oh, Joss Whedon.
Is he not the reason why Justice League was a terrible, atrocious movie?
Yes, yeah.
That's somebody from the MCU. That's called sabotage.
Yeah.
MCU tried to sabotage. Superman is the most recognizable and most beloved superhero worldwide, often regarded as the first superhero and cultural icon, whereas Spider-Man, while very popular, doesn't have quite the same universal recognition.
What?
Iconic costume. What? Yes, I said it. Do you want to rebut it?
Joke.
You want to rebut it?
Yes, I do.
No, I was going to say
absolute joke. But
okay,
yeah,
but let me just say this: the iconic costume, Superman's costume with a distinctive S, is iconic, immediately recognizable. It makes him stand out as a symbol of heroism across generations. That S is iconic. I rest my case. What? Rest my case. Go on.
My rebuttal: the Superman suit. For years, he's been criticized for wearing his fucking underpants outside. What superhero has ever worn their underpants outside? Do you honestly think Liz Taylor would throw her panties in my face?
In my face? Listen, you've got to give him a blight for being the first superhero. They had issues first designing the suit all the way from the 30s. It took them a while to update it and upgrade it and make it look better. Okay. I understand and I agree with that. So yes, it's not the best suit, but the Cavill suit was the better suit. It's probably been the best Superman suit. I'm not even, if I'm totally honest, and I shouldn't say this because in a sense it goes against my argument of Superman, I'm not a fan of the James Gunn Superman suit or the S. I'm talking about everything before the James Gunn era of the DCE. Okay. I rest my case.
So when Marvel, of all the characters, remember Marvel has a litany of characters. Of all the characters they wanted to come back, who did they want to come back? that man, Spider-Man. You remember how everyone lost themselves when he caught the shield from Cap? Do you remember that? Do you remember how everyone across the world lost their collective shit when Andrew Garfield came through that portal, and then when Tobey Maguire came through that portal in No Way Home? Do you remember that? Iconic moments, yeah? I think it's fair to say Superman has done nothing as iconic as Spider-Man has done in his most recent movies.
I object.
You want to draw? If you want to draw for the old,
I had Superman duvet covers and wallpaper. He affected change in my life. Carry on. When I was a kid, yes. That was a personal choice. My oldest memories are of Superman wallpaper.
That was a personal choice.
Yes. Me and millions of other kids. Please carry on.
Okay then. Even in the movies, again, Spider-Man has fought a bunch of legendary foes and villains. Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, Sandman, Electro, the Lizard. Superman has fought Zod twice and Lex Luthor. That's what he's made. That's what you fought. That's what you've done, fam. Yeah, that's it. That man there. All right.
So we're just gonna ignore when he punched up Darkseid. When he literally tells Darkseid, "Yes, I'm going to the animated
Let's throw
film."
that in. No, oh,
yeah.
God, here we go.
Yes,
here we go.
Because I'm not even talking.
Justice League Baker Street, Justice League Brixton, Justice League CSI, Justice League Confidential. I don't know about these Justice League movies. But if you want to throw them into evidence, fine.
Okay, because I know you thought I was going to bring in the Steppenwolf or the Darkseid from Justice League.
That's what I thought. That makes sense.
I'm talking about. There's one of the Justice League movies where it's a series. Okay, I'll take it out because it was an animated series. It wasn't.
There you go.
But I'm just saying, in the series, there was a period of time where it was Superman versus Darkseid, and literally Superman said, "Okay." Darkseid was like, "Yeah, but bruv, why you still want to fight? You know, I punch you up every time." And he said, "No, what you don't seem to understand is, I hold back. You need to understand." Everything. If I go all out, I'll break everything like cardboard. But you know what? I'm gonna show you how bad man I can really be, and punches the shit out of Darkseid. I just want to be clear. Yes,
that's great. But I mean, you're kind of falling into my point here. You've drawn for a random B-movie cartoon. No one cares. What is Superman's?
Anyway, carry on.
Justice League LA Confidential is not a real movie. It's not a real series. I don't know what that shit is. Anyway. What is Superman's iconic movie moment? Is it fighting a guy with long nails on the moon? Is it that? Was it fighting the guy with long nails on the moon?
He's got two. Stop doing that. He's got two.
What's his two?
Can I say two? Objections.
Please,
no,
please.
He's got two.
Please.
And they're two very iconic. And they're both actually from Superman, the movie, the first one. And one of them, and I know you can contest to this, whether you try and deny it or not. The moment, and I know you can say it's a small moment, but the moment when he goes to Lois Lane's apartment as Clark Kent, and he says he's going to reveal his identity to her, and he takes off the glasses and he turns into Superman, and then when he realizes, like, no, changes his mind, and he turns back into Clark Kent as he puts the glasses on, all in the same frame. You're trying to tell me that moment isn't iconic and brilliant acting from the one they call Christopher Reeve?
Yeah,
that moment that he did stood out.
Thank you for saying that.
People even say, how did he do that? That was great.
Thank you for saying that. It's an iconic Christopher Reeves moment. It's not an iconic Superman moment.
But
there's a difference. There's a difference. That's not the same person. That's not the same person. He's not.
When Superman realized, when he got there too late to save Lois Lane, and he flies around the world and turns time backwards, is that not a super iconic Superman moment? No. Tell me that it's not super iconic Superman. That's iconic.
I mean, first off, the logic has never made any sense. So I just, are we really supposed to believe that if you spin the world,
you cannot bring in logic in a superhero movie?
If you spin the world backwards, we're gonna go back in time? Oh, what the fuck? That's like, there's a reason that was done. There's a reason that was done in 1979, because no one past 1979 was going to believe that could ever happen. Like, I'm just going to continue. No iconic movie moments, really, to choose from. Was it his iconic Black Adam post-credit scene? Black Adam, we need to talk. No, we don't. No, we don't, because there's no franchise. We don't need to talk about anything. We don't need to talk about a damn thing. Because the franchise is done. The franchise is done. Who the hell, as I said, remember I said in my opening statement, relatable. Who the hell can relate to Superman? He's a Boy Scout. His powers are all so rounded that they're actually
Space
boring.
Jesus. He is Space Jesus. It has been said.
Nobody relates to Superman anymore. That's why Man of Steel underperformed. Batman vs Superman underperformed. Superman and Lois and Clark were not major hits and both got cancelled nicely.
That's a fucking lie. I fully object to that.
Smallville, while it had its nostalgic merits,
it ran for 10 fucking seasons.
It was more of a show. It's more of a show about Clark Kent than it is about Superman himself. He does not put on the fucking Superman suit. He does not put on the Superman suit until the very fucking end.
Superman character yet.
Then you just answer my question. Then you just answer my question.
He just hasn't put on the suit because he's still Superman.
They should have called the series Clark Kent. Should have called the series Clark Kent. That's what they should have called it. Anyway, I'm just gonna.
It was called Lois and Clark, but Lois and Clark, he turned to Superman in Lois and Clark.
Terrible and cancelled, and the new iteration even worse. All I would say, closing argument.
Okay.
Superman is like KRS-One or Rakim in hip hop. We will always respect you. We will always respect you for what you've done. But the time and the audiences have moved on. Spider-Man is like a Kendrick, a new hero people can believe in, with all the DNA that has made all heroes before him great. There's a reason Spider-Man now is the most relatable and is currently the most popular superhero. And just by retrospect, and because of those reasons, is a better superhero than Superman.
Look, even in the Justice League movie that you've been dissing all this time, look how much they needed to revive Superman and how scared they were when they realized that he wasn't in his right mind when he came out of his tomb. And it was like, everyone step back and just wait. This guy was so fast. His speed, his skill, his agility, what Superman can do, why he is so important and why he's needed. You can't have Doomsday and Darkseid.
Can I object as to why they were actually scared?
Okay.
They were scared because of his weird mustache mouth. They were scared because Henry Cavill couldn't shave off his mustache, so they had to pretend that there was skin there. That's why everyone was scared. Everyone backed up because they said, what the fuck is out of your mouth?
You're stupid. You're stupid. That's good.
Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, we can blame Tom Cruise for that. John Locke. So just to wrap up, Superman is a symbol of hope. Mm-hmm. Superman is a global symbol of hope and justice, representing ideals, truth, justice in the American way. Please, you can't forget that. Mm-hmm. And his presence inspires others on a larger scale. I mean, you got to think, without Superman, a lot of these other superheroes wouldn't even exist today. So a lot of the qualities that Superman has that makes him great is what's been fed into all these other superheroes, including Spider-Man. And it's just like, you cannot take away, if you remove, it's like what you said, going off what you said in your closing statement. If Rakim and KRS didn't do what they did, there probably would be no Kendrick.
True.
You need Superman for you to have a Spider-Man. His relevance is unmatched and needed. I close my case. Superman is the greatest superhero of all time.
His iconic origin story, one of the most iconic origin stories now of all time. His iconic catchphrase, with great power comes great responsibility. What's Superman's iconic catchphrase again? What? Okay, yeah, sorry, I thought he doesn't have one.
Yeah, so,
after all these years of being the number one superhero, this nigga ain't even got a catchphrase. Fine. Got a terrible costume. Fine.
That's truth, justice in the American way. So I'm just saying.
That's a terrible catchphrase. There's a reason why no one knows that catchphrase, because it's terrible. Whilst I respect it, you know how I liked how you started off by saying you're not going to downplay Spider-Man, you're not going to put him down. All I'm going to do is put down Superman to show why he is not that guy. Yeah, he's done nothing for us for years in movies and in television. He's done nothing. The last universally loved Superman movie was Superman 2.
Oh,
nothing has been loved since Superman 2 in 1981. There's a reason why they've had so many issues with so many Superman movies. Why? Because he's uninteresting, he's boring now, and the world has moved on. It's ironic also that you mentioned the wallpaper you had. I had Superman wallpaper. I had Superman duvet.
Jury, are you hearing this?
Yeah, this is great evidence. This helps my closing argument. But
okay.
Superman is a lot of people's favorite hero when they're young. But as they grow up, they realize he's fucking boring and there's so many other elements to other characters that I can enjoy. I guarantee, judge, jury, you're watching this, viewer, if you liked Superman back in the day, I'm sure you don't like him as much as you did now, and you probably moved on to another hero. Spider-Man, still growing from popularity. Superman has been going down in popularity. That's a fact. No one can tell me no different. And all of that trash movies and TV that's come out, and you yourself don't even have faith in James Gunn's Superman movie.
I don't.
So why should I? Why should the judge or the jury?
I still feel.
Viewers, you watching this right now, you're the judge, you're the jury, you're the executioner, you're the person that lets us know who do you think is the better hero. Is it Superman? Is it Spider-Man? Please interact. Let us know in the comments. We want to hear what you guys are saying. We're gonna drop a poll as well, see which one you guys believe, and look, let us know your comments. If you could drop a like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And as always, I've been your boy Enigma,
and I've been your boy Kwame, and we've been the two men that talk movies and we talk fictional face-offs. Peace.